Hi guys, okay, so I wanted to make a quick video about a really dangerous personality that we need to start watching out for because I've come across 3 in like a very short amount of time, like 6 months, and when these people are being brought to your path, don't victimize yourself, don't pull a them, okay? Something about these personalities is take the lesson from it. Take that you need to have boundaries and you need to recognize the signs, because there are a lot of signs, but the giver, the lover, the understander in us, we think these are normal, okay? But they're actually pretty dangerous if you stay friends with them for a long time. They're called covert narcissists, just master manipulators, completely knows how to play the game and they don't even know it. Does that make sense? Like, these people, they remind me of snaky energy, okay? Remember, don't blame anyone. Just realize that this person has a lot of trauma. There's a reason they're like this. They had some kind of fucked up mother who, or mother figure who treated people the same way. They're probably like this because of a mother, right? That's their closest wound. And, yeah, or father, doesn't matter. Mother, father figure, anyone. They seen someone do this, or they were abused by someone like this. Remember, everyone has a background. Okay, let's get into it. It's going to be super quick. I just really wanted to get this out there because a lot of people I'm noticing are starting to click about these personalities, but here's big hints. So, they're extremely sensitive. They might even pull away and ignore you because you said something triggering to them, but when they come back, they're going to act like you didn't say anything. They're going to act like nothing was addressed. They're going to act like nothing was said. Especially if you're calling out a manipulative behavior about them. Like, say they're going on about someone else's life and pointing out this person's problems, and you're like, and then they switch to their life and they're like, but this person did this to me, this person did this to me, and they start crying. And it's like they were so ready to pounce on someone else's flaws and tell them where they went wrong, but when it comes to their own problems, they can't see it. They choose not to. Because they're extremely sensitive, and if you ever called them out on this, they do go quiet, they stop talking, they act like they're really hurt to try and get you to submit. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It's a pretty sneaky behavior. My little cousin did it to me a lot. And then I had so many guys that I dated that would do this to me, and me being understanding, I would be like, oh fuck, I hurt them. I hurt them. Shit. Okay, let's go get them coffee and try and make it up. Be careful. Especially if they follow the rest of these signs, okay? So they have a sense of superiority. Like, say they go out and you're in the store and I don't know, like they just have a sense of superiority. Big ego. Like super friendly and stuff, but you notice big ego. Like so an example, whenever I'd hang out with this person, we'd go for walks or bike rides and stuff, and they would do little tricks to show off, and it'd be kind of awkward. I'd be like, are you doing this because it's fun and kind of looks like you're like hoping people stare at you, you know? Or else they have a talent and they're always talking about it in public, or they're, you know what I mean? Like someone who has a sense of superiority. There's so many ways that you can place this, and if it clicks for you, it clicks for you. Something probably came to mind if you're here about someone, okay? I'm not going to get too much further into that because I pulled away from those people and I don't really remember them that much because I don't keep them on my mind. I had to cleanse my energy from these people I still do. I still have to meditate to get them out of my thoughts. Okay. Mainly because these people will be stuck in your thoughts and embedded in your blood because what they're doing, it's like confusing and a little traumatizing on your body if you already have a bad experience with people, okay? Oh, and let's say they're making the same craft as everyone else, but they are knocking down other people about that craft. Like, mine's better. Like, yeah, that's too expensive. But I did this design. I'm doing traditional, and they're going all out. Or else I'm doing something different, and they're doing basic. You know, like my product's better. People like that, if that makes sense, or something even about their personality that they talk about, like say they think they're psychic, or they are psychic and they think they're like totally superior to everyone else, stuff like that, okay? just be careful with these traits. Okay, so has a hard time getting close to people, super close to you, but if they say you notice one of your friends developing a relationship with someone, or your boyfriend or girlfriend developing, like anyone, I don't need to be specific, they have a hard time getting close to people because these people might pick up that they're a little bit snarky, shisty, and they can read it. When someone can read this energy, that's when they become sensitive and they're like, I don't like that person. I don't want to hang out with them anymore, because someone can see their energy. I have a hard time getting close to these personalities now that I know them, and I have someone that I have to like be civil with from here for the rest of my life, and it's like I'm having a hard time with it because I can sense like their motives. These people, if you were ever close to them at one point, they either fucking hate you because you know this about them, or they stay away from you until the silence has been so long they think you forget everything and they're going to try and get close to you again. So be it cousin, best friend, parent, ex, it doesn't matter. They're going to try and get close to you again, or they're going to just treat you, they're just going to make you out to be this really ugly, bad person to everyone else, so that they have confirmation within themselves that they, like, the truth you said to them isn't what it is. Does this make sense? I hope I'm going, like, I like to go in depth when I talk about these personalities and wounds, because I want you guys to be able to put the seeds together, but put the, like, what is it? Put the pieces together? Okay, anyway, let's go. They have a hard time getting close to people or staying close to people when people discover them. They will make someone to be a bad person instead of saying, that person's not for me. It's okay. You guys can go chill. I'm going to go. No, they're like, I don't like that person. Their energy. No, I don't like them. It's really hot or cold with them, okay? Demands a lot of attention, effort, and time, gives very little, especially with close people to them. Close people to them, and this goes to say, like, in private, they have lack of boundaries and lack of respect. They might even like make fun of their partner or you in private, or other people. Like, in private, they're just going all out. They're a little savage. They don't give a fuck. They trust you, and they're comfortable. They're showing their true colors right there. Gives a lot, or demands a lot, and gives very little time, especially to people close to them. Especially. But if they're trying to lure you in, you might have noticed it in the beginning, overly helpful, like overly kind, doing the most. Oh, no, let me do it for you. But as soon as you get a little close, they're just silent. They don't give a fuck. You bother them if you need something. It's like, can't you do it yourself? They turn into these people. They flip a switch when you get close. But then you notice they still act like this out in public, like super kind, super giving. It's really awkward. It's really awkward to start seeing this. And right here, overly social. And so for lack of boundaries and respect in private, I seen like someone really make fun of their boyfriend behind his back and to his face, like making comments about his body, and when he was out of the room, and then when he was around her, like, oh, you just gonna drink a fucking beer, you gonna go to the bar? Fucking pissed me off. Like, that's how she was. But then out in public and on social media, she's posting how much she loves him, and how they go on trips together, and how they have so much fun. It was like a mind fuck for me. I never realized like that's what covert narcissists are like. It's so weird. I'll talk about a really simple summary of overt narcissists, ones that are obvious, ones that we recognize. Covert, they're less talked about and they're less recognized, but they're really out there because of the amount of trauma they experienced, okay? So yeah, overly social and kind in public, like might seem shy and coy and stuff, but then they're really social. Like, if someone like gives them a little bit of attention, like they're asking, like you can see their energy, that they're like showy and like, I don't know, super friendly. They might even grab something for someone who can't reach something on the top shelf. That's what they're like goes over the line. But then at home they don't do that for anyone. No. Okay, so everyone else has an issue and needs help, but not them. how can I explain this one? So let's say they're always discussing other people's lives. Like, yeah, they need to like slow down on the makeup, or they need to treat their children better, or something like this. Then they're saying like how it's an issue and how they need to get help, and how say someone's talking about another person's life and like finances, and trashing them about it. They need to be more responsible. Yeah, it just has no common sense. Someone talking like that, but then whenever it's time to have a conversation about them, or yeah, about them, it's like, oh, my family, they just fucked me up so much, and guess what, I'm doing better than them. That's the thing, I'm doing better than them, and they just treated me like so much shit when I was little, and oh, it just talking about them hurts me so much. That's literally what it's like with them. They have no problem handing out criticism, but they can't take accountability. It's really hard for them. Everyone else is the problem. Even if like there might be some who are like, they take accountability, like all my lessons and stuff, like yes, I had so many lessons to learn and I still have a long ways to go, but they're still finding a way to pin blame on someone else so they don't have to take responsibility for having certain situations in their life, okay? Yeah. A lot of empathy for self, but no empathy for others in private. But when it comes to a public situation, they definitely want to be seen as a savior, okay? Does that make sense? And they go silent when people call them to have accountability, or they'll pull away and be like, no, those people, they just piss me off. Mm-mm. Like say they didn't cancel a payment or something, and they're blaming the company, and they're getting mad, and they're throwing a fit, and they're vowing to never use that company again. That's stuff like that, right? Like accountability. You gotta realize, like me, when I don't cancel a payment, I'm like, wow, motherfuckers, I'll just use it for one more month, I guess. And these people, like, no, they vow to never use this company again. They vow to never go there again, and like, I don't know, just stupid things like vows to never ever talk to this person or interact with that company again because, yeah, it didn't go the way they wanted. Right? Does that make sense? Ugh. I'm going into really weird topics, but this is like what I experienced when around a covert narcissist. It was like really specific details. Um, and I already talked about being two-faced, like probably like talks shit about people around them and complains about their lives and tries to fixate on them and give unsolicited advice behind their back. But then in person, loving, might even be neutral because they talk so much shit and they don't want you to see them be two-faced. They might become aware of this, but a lot of times they're like super caring, super giving, or just dead silent and acts really weird towards this person. Like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's what they're like, okay? And the person has no idea why they're acting like that, right? Okay. Keep aware of these people. They're pretty dangerous, especially if you tell them secrets, because they'll go and turn their back on you. I don't know why I'm being called to talk about this. There might be someone out there who doesn't even know what a covert narcissist is. Okay. Comes across incredibly nice and helpful. There's good days where they're feeling like upbeat, positive. This is what they want to be seen as. They want to be seen as a incredibly nice person. They might even post on social media about kindness all the time and being helpful and mindful and spiritual and stuff because that's what's trending right now and a lot of people are. Or else they're like big into charities, or they're always paying for people's stuff. But when you get them in private, they're bitching about this stuff. They're bitching about these people that they're helping. They're bitching about everything. Okay? Be really careful, especially if they're comfortable with you. Like, you'll see their true colors. The best way to handle these people is don't call them out. Just start distancing yourself, because when you call them out, they have your secrets and they're going to go talk shit about you. Even if you go silent on this person, they're going to go talk shit about you. Yeah. So overt narcissists, so extremely sensitive. I'm going to use an example with one that I connected with because she was so confusing to me. It was weird. She took everything I said way too personal. She was talking about how like people with bad credit can't have a debit card and don't get daily transactions. They have to go into the bank and take out money. And I was like, I've had bad credit for like a bit after leaving my ex, and I'm allowed to like use my debit card. And she's like, no, you can't, absolutely can't. I've worked in a bank, you can't. And then I was like, that's weird. It must be just my bank. And then she just like snapped. She's like, I must know nothing. I don't know shit, I guess. Whatever. I don't know anything. I don't want to talk about it anymore. And I was so confused. I'm like, why are you getting mad? Like, I'm just telling you, this is my experience with RBC. And she went outside, went to smoke, and then I went upstairs, did my makeup, and I was just like, whatever, I hope she's okay. I hope I didn't upset her too much. She comes inside, she's like, it's so weird. I had the weirdest headache after we disconnected. And at first I thought you were like sending me something. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? It was really weird for me. I was like, this is like really triggering for her. Having that conversation really pissed her off. Jesus. And then after a minute of me sitting there being awkward, she's like, but I realized you don't have a heart like that. I know you don't operate like that. And she just went totally docile. And I was like, this is dangerous. It just clicked in my head. I was like, this is fucking dangerous. Like the way she snaps on me 24/7. This was a regular occurrence with her. It was eventually like walking on eggshells. Like one time I raced back home because I forgot my debit card, my sweater. She's like, you have a fucking wallet, don't you? And she's like kind of laughing about it. And I was like, I'm 30 years old and I forgot my debit card, my jacket. Yeah, and I grabbed my wallet. So I don't even know why you felt the need to make that comment. This goes along with everyone else is an issue. Everyone else doesn't know any better, and they do. Okay? I'm not saying these personal experiences because they still trigger me. I realize this person is in a lot of pain. She needs serious therapy, and I just want you guys to realize these are not normal behaviors. These are not normal behaviors. This is someone with major mental issues, and oh, my chips. I was wondering what the heck that was. It's my chips. But these people need help. They are very bad for your mental health. They will have you turning into someone who gives in easy and doesn't have boundaries, okay? So be careful if you're recognizing these signs. They're very, very unhealthy for your mental health. Overt narcissists. Okay, so outwardly attention seeking, doesn't matter. Like, they don't care. Very confident, and openly manipulative and very arrogant. These people, they run businesses, car dealerships, they're accountants, they're the big ballers, you know. Covert narcissists, they have no problem admitting their struggles to public to try and create that image, okay? All right. Oh, that was a lot of detail. I really went into the depths of the personality. And also, guys, this is not like diagnosis for anything. Don't try and diagnose people. We're not doctors here. This is just to help you recognize what is healthy for you and what isn't. I'm not a doctor. I'm not able to like go and tell someone they're a covert narcissist. But when you live with someone and they carry all of these traits, that's a huge red flag. It's a huge red flag. Get away from them. Distance yourself, stop sharing your secrets because those will be used against you 100%. This person went behind my back and started talking about me to everyone, and she was talking about me while I was friends with her or was staying with her. So be careful, protect yourself before you put more damage on yourself because you've probably already been through a lot of shit, okay? And that's why you're connected to these people. These people come into your lives to build boundaries, and if you don't build boundaries, they get deeper inside your wound until they really fuck you up, okay? Bye.